kind of hoping my next guest is still not here because it's becoming one of the best practical jokes ever played on a talk show. So let's do this again, see what happens. To discuss the Boston mania going on in the sports world of Boston, a lot of great stuff, is Boston's own legend, Glenn Ordway. Glenn.
Artie Lange, how are you, buddy?
There he is. How you doing, Glenn?
I'm doing great now. I feel a lot more educated the last 15 minutes. I found out that Rottweilers are running Detroit.
They are.
You're a scientist and economist. You now changed your name to Krusty Grizzle. But other than that, I think it remains the same. How are you?
This is Krusty Grizzle. I'm good, and look it up, pal. Dogs are running parts of Detroit.
I wouldn't surprise me at all.
They are, and it's but it just
the dogs are more expensive than the houses in Detroit now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't it fascinating that the Lions and the Tigers and the Bears, oh my, are no, the Lions and the Tigers are still quality organizations. I mean, the Tigers, giving you guys a fight from the great city of Boston. The Red Sox having trouble with the Detroit Tigers, where dogs are running the place. I mean, let's really discuss this. This has all the makings of one of the best series of all time so far, doesn't it? I mean, what a great first couple of games.
I will tell you this, though. The first 16 innings, certainly the 9 and then the 7 of Game 2, might have been the most dominant I have ever seen, where one team was just dominating the other one. The Detroit pitching just handcuffed Boston hitting. This is a good hitting team, and they could not touch Detroit pitching.
Yet 1-0. Yet 1-0.
To see what happens tomorrow afternoon with Verlander. I still think that Detroit's pitching is too tough for Boston right now.
Yeah, yet look, you're right, but Lester, pitched a hell of a game himself. It got overshadowed because of how amazing, the Tigers' pitching was. Yeah,
he did, but Buchholz was, I thought, very shaky. This guy was the best pitcher in the league for the first few months of the season. I thought he was very shaky, and you can't be shaky against that lineup.
So you think? I mean, again, everybody says pitching, especially in a shorter series, beats hitting. You think even after a momentum shifter like last night could be, you think that it's going to be too tough to overcome, and you're predicting the Tigers?
I do. I think that the matchup, when you look at the pitching versus the way Boston hits, they're very patient. They try to get to the bullpen, and they certainly did get to the bullpen, and that's where they had success against Benoit. But I just, I think you've got to be really aggressive against Detroit starters. They throw first pitch strikes.
Yeah.
And I think this is a difficult series. Now, you might be right that the momentum might have shifted. And I would throw this one out at you. I don't know why you throw to David Ortiz. Even if you're up 5-1, you've got the bases loaded. I'm not throwing anything in the strike zone. Now, I won't intentionally walk him, but I'll walk him. I'll give up the run in that situation. I was surprised that the Tigers didn't do that.
Now, Glenn, you're an announcer. Did you ever hear my home run call for when Big Papi goes deep?
No, I'd love to hear it.
You're going to love this, and this is huge. I've hashtagged it on Twitter.
Right.
And so you don't have to do that. It's already done. I know you're going to want to do it. Okay. You know the part in The Godfather where Brando gets shot and Fredo screws up trying to save him?
Yes.
And when he's sitting there and Fredo thinks he's dead, Fredo looks at him and just goes, Papa!
Right.
Okay? Every time Big Papi goes deep, you just go, Papa! Like Fredo.
Hashtag this, though, right?
I hashtag
so nobody else can steal it.
So
right?
just imagine. It's just like, hey, here's a 2-2 pitch to Ortiz. Papa! Dude, I'm giving it to you on a platter.
Yeah,
Take it.
I'm taking notes.
You're being sarcastic. You're being condescending, which is what a lot of you Boston people do.
I'm not me. No.
Here's the 0-2 to Ortiz, hanging curveball. Wow, that's deep. That's
But see, you know what happens, though, in Artie, in baseball, it takes forever for that ball to get out there. So when you go, Papa, by the time you do that, the ball's still traveling, right?
No, I know, but I'm saying...
Do like a drop-in or something?
The great thing about the call is you could do it at any time. You could just bail. It sounds smooth no matter what. You just bail on whatever you're saying. Like, here's Ortiz shot to right center. Oh, the wind's keeping that up. Back goes Johnson.
See, I like that version with the wind. You threw the wind in there,
Yes.
A little bit of time. See, that's good.
Before Vin Scully takes this and makes it legendary, I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, let's see Let's see if you have the same trouble with you had with me with the telephone with Vin a little bit later on.
Don't you love the Red Sox lineup, though? Don't you think that they're a gritty team? I'm a Yankee fan, and I like the blue-collar aspect.
Yeah,
I like Napoli. I like Ortiz. I like these guys. Clearly you don't.
You like to hear. That's what you like, right? You like the growth?
No, I like that they're a blue-collar, gritty team. I think I like these Red Sox.
Well, I will tell you this.
I'm desperately trying to get some passion out of you.
Team that won 69 games last year.
Right.
I never thought, ever thought. Matter of fact, I thought the Red Sox and the Yankees were going to finish 4th and 5th in the division. And to see what they were able to do this season is a miracle. And if they can go on and go deeper and maybe even win this thing, it might be one of the all-time great turnarounds.
Well, you're right, though, about Verlander Game 3. Rarely do you see what a dominant pitcher. I mean, at home, coming off a loss like that, I mean, this is hard. It's going to be hard to beat Verlander.
Well,
but that's what makes him so great.
I would agree with you that if you had a favorable pitching matchup in that game tomorrow, that the emotion of what Poppy did, followed by the game-winning hit by Saltalamacchia, that you might see a shift here. The problem is you can stop those shifts very quickly when you've got the dominant pitcher. And Verlander over the last 5 weeks has been the most dominant pitcher, I think, in baseball. So who knows? Maybe he bleeps the bit. We'll find out. And Lackey has been a good pitcher at home and not real good out on the road.
I know what you're thinking, and I think it's going to be a great series. Could go 7 games. And look, Verlander's great, but don't be surprised if tomorrow, bases loaded, down 3, up comes Ortiz, and you have this chance. You have this chance. Verlander to the belt. He kicks the offering, and that's deep. That's deep right center. Right there. There it is. There's the actual
I'll be
quote.
Happy if that happens, there'll be a lot of sad Rottweilers in Detroit.
I'll make it easy on you, Glenn. I'll make it easy on you. You don't even have to do it. You just have to play the actual quote from the movie. Here it is. I'll point to you. You ready, James? James, I'll point to you when we need it. You ready? This is the actual quote. Here comes Ortiz standing in. The Red Sox down by 3. Bases loaded here. Bases are drunk. Top of the 9th. Here at Tiger Stadium. And Verlander to the belt. There's a shot to center field. Possibilities endless, but the wind is keeping that in. Back.
Who needs live play-by-play when you can have digital play-by-play?
Come on, that is fantastic. All right, here we go. Ready? Extra innings game notched. We're in the top half of the 15th here. And Verlander's gone 15 innings. They're keeping him in for some reason. Unbelievable. Ortiz comes up. Ortiz is 6 for 10. And he's got a couple of walks. And it is a tie game, notched here, 2 down, nobody on. And Ortiz goes, he takes a pitch, and he goes outside. He goes for the slider. Usually he strikes out on that pitch, and he hits a little dunker down the line. That's probably going to go foul. Drifting. All right, Glenn. Listen, I'm going to give you that. To talk about the Patriots now, I'm going to give it to our football expert, my co-host, John Ritchie. Talk some Pats here.
Incredible stuff on Sunday. Did you go to the game?
I did, John. I did.
Was the stadium as empty as it appeared on TV? I mean, people were filing out of there when it seemed the game was out of reach.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that left, and you could understand you didn't have a real good feel at that point. About 2.5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
And New Orleans has got the ball. All they need to do is get a first down. And interestingly enough, that's the one aspect of the game. Everybody's raving about Brady, and obviously he made that great pass at the end of Tompkins.
Yeah, that's like one great pass.
The defense made 2 great stops. 2.5 minutes left, and they shut down the Saints in the back-to-back series after Brady threw the pick.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't work as well in football, though.
Yeah.
I don't think,
Yeah, I don't know. I, for one, thought no one would be able to shut down Jimmy Graham, and putting Aqib Talib on him until he ended up leaving with injury was brilliant by Bill Belichick. I think that could be, if you have a big, rangy cornerback, that could be the route teams are taking now to kind of subdue this Jimmy Graham thing. But Aqib Talib, what's the inside scoop on his injury and when he'll be back?
Well, you never know with the Patriots because they don't
Yeah.
give you an awful lot of information. But he was walking around today without a pronounced limp. They said it was a hip injury, but apparently he was walking around and didn't seem to have any difficulty with it today. So we'll find out the next couple of days how much he practices. They're lost without him.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the key to that defense.
His shoulder. They have already lost Vince Wilfork. Those are the three most valuable guys on the defensive side of the ball. But Talib has been just phenomenal. I wouldn't say Revis-like, but I would say that next level down. He's been that good.
Yeah, we have the call when they won the game. It's pretty incredible. Let's play that actual call.
Brady's in the gun. Bolden to his left. He's got the Who-Man on the right wing with Dobson to the right. Colley and Tompkins left. Brady throws it to the end zone for Kenbrell Tompkins. Leaping. He got it! Touchdown! Patriots! Kenbrell Tompkins!
Yeah. Brady's back! That's your quarterback! Who left the building? Unicorns! Show ponies! Where's the beef?
It's a perfect closer for everything.
Yeah.
That's Scott Zolak, former backup quarterback for the Patriots, who does the games now on radio. Unicorns and show ponies.
Yeah.
I like your play-by-play better, to be honest with you.
Well, I think anything. You could use Papa after your wedding vows. I mean, I think that.
You could.
Do you, Artie Lange, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Yeah.
Hey, what's
hell of a game?
It was amazing. Kenbrell Tompkins? Is he the receiver who dropped that 4th and 6 just before that? His inconsistency is infuriating, but his upside is massive. How do you alleviate this?
They've got him on the team right now, and it's amazing. Undrafted, free agent. They bring him in here, and he makes some great plays, but he has trouble handling the ball. Lots during the course of the season. But as you said, John, he's one of those guys that they figure that once he figures it out, he can be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, been impressive at times.
The Pats are, again, they're one of those things. I was watching the sports reporters on Sunday, and Mike Lupica made a point. Mike, I know, Glenn, you've told me in private that you think Mike Lupica's a pompous ass. But
but I read all his books, Artie.
Oh, of course. Who doesn't? No, but he did say something. I agree with you. One of the guys was saying, I don't know if the Pats are going to, the Saints are going to take this game. And Lupica made the point. How many times every year, it seems, like midway through October, you're saying, it's the Pats are finally done. It's not the year, blah, blah, blah. They're always there. You got Brady, you got Belichick. They always seem to be there,
a lot of people have asked me about the season to this point, and I must tell you, I'm amazed they're 5-1.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like they certainly haven't been dominant in any one of these games. I've seen great Patriot teams in the past, and I certainly would not line this one up with any of those teams. But they've had injuries. I mean, Gronkowski has not played yet. We all know about Hernandez. He's still in prison, and he's never going to see the light of day again.
No, my
and then,
God.
All of the other
Amendola,
injuries, including the ones we just talked about in yesterday's game. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're 5-1. Pretty amazing.
Now, is this team? What's the feeling there once they get Gronk back? Once Austin Collie gets a little more familiarity there. Once you get Amendola possibly healthy, do people feel like this team is a team that could challenge the Broncos, could beat the Broncos?
I just don't see that right now.
No one feels
possible.
that.
And the one thing I can tell you is the Bill Belichick teams get better and better as the season progresses on. These young receivers you were just talking about are probably going to be pretty decent by the end of the year. But Amendola's already missed, 3-4 games?
Yeah.
And he got his head rocked this week with a concussion.
He looked like he was out.
He's going to be out. Yeah.
Yeah, he was unconscious on the sideline.
And let me tell you something.
Where he was.
Look.
I saw Rex Ryan on the sideline.
Yeah.
Brady could put up 50 points against the Broncos. Come on.
I'm amazed they've been able to do this with the makeshift lineup they're throwing out there every week. They're really well coached, as we all know. Belichick's one of the all-time great coaches. Brady, one of the all-time great quarterbacks. But to see them competing on a level with Denver. Patriots defense is better, but we just talked about 3 of the key guys are now out. I don't know, John. It's just one of those teams that I'm amazed they're 5-1 right now.
Hey, Glenn, did you see the great picture of the Boston cop celebrating as Torrey Hunter went over the fence?
I did. The 2 arms up and the 2 legs up.
And we have tape of what that guy was yelling.
Oh, by the way, Boston finest really doing his job when everything is on the line.
Oh, come on. How could Torrey Hunter be mad? It's a Boston cop. The guy clearly has a few donuts for lunch. I mean, my God, the guy's happy the Red Sox won. I have no problem with that. No problem at all with that. Well, listen, this has been a great appearance for you, Glenn. You think the Tigers are going to win and the Patriots are actually really suck? Good luck walking around Quincy Market.
Listen, I'm always trying to be honest with you. You know that. Always trying to be honest with you because, I know you have that scientist background and you're going to see right through it anyway.
Yeah, you know my integrity and you like to play up.
I do know your integrity.
Right. Well, listen.
Plus, I now know you're a play-by-play guy with a very creative call. Very creative.
Bottom of the 16th here at Fenway in the tie game, Game 7 of the World Series. We're all notched up, and here's Ortiz standing in. He is 0 for the series, has not gotten a hit, very dramatic. The Sox fans up, Stephen King in the front row, looking as creepy as ever and as pale as ever, and he's hoping something happens here. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. Apodaca wheels, deals, rocks, kicks the It's a hanging curve. Ortiz hits it very well. Back.
We'll be hearing that at the ESPYs next year.
Listen, Glenn, I love you, man. Come back anytime.
You got it. See you, John. Bye, Artie.
All right, Glenn Ordway, the great Glenn Ordway. Good stuff. We got a picture up on the monitor of that cop. That's hilarious. You see Torrey Hunter's feet just going over the fence. The guy could be dead, and the cop is just, who cares?
Yeah.
Sox win. Back after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.